And now the Avengers train moves on over to Captain America. You kind of knew this would happen. After all, a crappy version of his shield appeared in Iron Man 2. Believe it or not, this is the third time that Captain America was in a movie. There was a really shitty one in 1990 that I'll probably review if I ever do ComicThon 3. And there were 2 even shittier TV movies in the 70s. Anyway, this one is a lot different from almost every other Marvel superhero movie by being a period piece set during the 40s, and the entire thing is heavily sepia-tinted and liberally sprinkled with lots of Art Deco stylings. In other words, it's fucking awesome. Steve Rogers is a patriotic guy who wants to do his part and fight for his country in World War II. But the problem is he's a skinny weakling with a host of health issues that prevents him from enlisting, though he tries many times. Eventually a German-American scientist gets wind of this and shadows him for a bit. This guy has been working with a super soldier serum and wants to test it out on somebody, but he wants somebody who's a good person because the serum makes you more of what you already are. He singles out Rogers and fudges his army application. Meanwhile in Europe, a dangerous occult division of the Nazis known as Hydra, headed by a maniac named Johann Schmidt, aka the Red Skull, has found an artifact of insane power, the Tesseract. The Tesseract can do a lot of shit, but of course the Red Skull uses it to make weapons. He's eventually disavowed by Hitler and defies the Nazis, striking out on his own to take over the world with Hydra. The Hydra agents sabotage the American military experiments on Rogers. He becomes a super soldier, but the doctor is killed and almost all of the serum is ruined. It's heavily implied that one tube of it survived to be in the Incredible Hulk movie. Anyway, Rogers is pretty bummed because he lost his mentor, and although he now has superhuman abilities, the army doesn't see much use for one super soldier, so he winds up becoming more of a propaganda tool, a costume character named Captain America who goes around and sells war bonds. The character is really popular and even gets his own comic book, but when he does shows for actual military, he gets no respect. He finds out that his buddy, Bucky Barnes, was captured behind enemy lines, but his commanding officer, played by Tommy Lee Jones, says it's too dangerous to mount a rescue. So Rogers does it himself, using his superhuman abilities to get behind enemy lines and rescue the cadre of soldiers who bear a strong resemblance to the Howling Commandos from the Golden Age comics. The army decides Captain America can be a war hero after all, and they give him a tactical version of the costume, and he proceeds to lead his team to destroy Hydra bases and kill every motherfucker they see. Bucky is seemingly killed in a mission to capture Dr. Arnim Zola, but who gives up information about the Red Skull, who plans to pretty much destroy every major city in the world. And of course, only Captain America can stop him. Do I really have to say spoiler warning? I mean, you guys saw the Avengers, right? Yeah, you could figure out how it ends anyway. Captain America is stylish and grandiose, and is a hell of a lot better than I expected it to be. Honestly, I was not able to see it when it came out, but I liked the character as he appeared in the Avengers, so when I went back to watch this one, I was pretty much blown away. This is the perfect marriage of action, style, and humor. It's full of great performances. Rogers was played by Chris Evans, who was also in the Fantastic Four movies as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. Honestly, the two characters are so different, and he disappeared into each role so completely that I had a hard time believing it was the same guy. He's that good of an actor. Too bad the Fantastic Four movies were shit, but this is easily my new favorite Marvel movie. It's better than Hulk, it's better than Iron Man. Honestly, for Marvel-based comic movies, you can't really do any better. 10 out of 10.